Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Golden Eagle Luncheon, benefiting the Atlanta Area Council Boy Scouts of America. I'm Dean Crownover, I'm your host, and I am delighted to celebrate scouting with you today. I've had the distinct pleasure of working with the Scouts for over 7 years now, and I continue to be inspired by the impact that scouting has for our families. And that impact is the result of countless hours invested by our volunteer leaders and the generosity of our donors. So each December, we gather to celebrate a successful scouting year and pledge our support for the future at the annual Golden Eagle Luncheon. Now this year, you are joining us virtually as we bring this presentation to you live from within the ETA studios. Now, we're safe, we're secure, everyone has their mask on when they're not here on stage. We're being safe as we know you are too. And as we kick off the Friends of Scouting campaign for 2021, I hope that everyone joining us today will consider giving the gift of scouting so that young people right here in Metro Atlanta can continue to experience the strong, value-based leadership program of the Boy Scouts of America. Now, I can already see many donations coming in, and we thank you for that, but let's see how much we can raise today during this program. We want to beat all records, and we're going to tell you at the very end what that number is. Now, there are 3 ways that you can give. And you can either put a pledge on file for 2021, by the way, but here are the 3 ways you can give right now. Visit atlantabsa.org/GE, as in Golden Eagle, atlantabsa.org/GE. Go ahead, you can do that right now and give, or even easier, you can text FOS, altogether, one little word, FOS, to 844-615-4269, 844-615-4269. And lastly, you can just mail in your contribution to the Atlanta Area Council. All donations will be used in the 2021 to support the scouting program right here in Metro Atlanta. Those in scouting know that buglers bring order to scouting activities by signaling to fellow scouts that the program is about to begin. So without further ado, let's get this celebration underway. Please provide your undivided attention to Scout Philip as he plays the national anthem. Philip, terrific job. And thank you for bringing order to the celebration. Now, I have the privilege of introducing our Golden Eagle Luncheon Chair, Mr. Rodney Bullard. Rodney leads Chick-fil-A's community engagement, philanthropic, and sustainability strategy as Vice President of Community Affairs for Chick-fil-A and Executive Director of the Chick-fil-A Foundation. Rodney, we are grateful to you for your leadership and to Chick-fil-A for filling our bellies with healthy and delicious meals, as well as the incredible investment that you make in our community. Rodney, the floor is yours.
Dean, thank you, my friend. And good afternoon, Scouting friends. I am thrilled to serve as the chair of the first ever virtual Golden Eagle Luncheon. Philip, thank you for calling our celebration to order with the Star-Spangled Banner. As you played, I thought about how duty to country and citizenship are important values taught in Scouting and how critical it is for us to continue to teach these values to our youth. Well done, and thank you. I would like to personally welcome you as you join us from your home or your office to celebrate Scouting today. The Atlanta Area Council has been serving our community for 104 years by providing volunteer-led Scouting programs that provide leadership, learning opportunities for children. By joining us today, you've taken the first step in improving the lives of young people, and for that, we say thank you. Scouting has shaped lives for generations. It has been and continues to be a fundamental developmental resource for our youth. From learning to survive with just the clothes on their backs, to understanding the importance of helping others and being kind, Scouting is shaping our future leaders. As we all have witnessed, 2020 has looked very different than what we had expected and hoped. The impact of COVID-19 has impacted work environments, home life, and even how our children learn, play, and grow. The Atlanta Area Council recognized this great need and moved quickly to do everything in their power to ensure Scouting families had the learning materials, fun activities, and the interaction that they craved while at home. Our incredible volunteers drive forward with the focus that every child has the opportunity to be a Scout and that they are well equipped to learn, build character, gain leadership skills, and have fun in the outdoors. For most Scouts, this adventure starts with the Pinewood Derby, which is all about fun and sportsmanship. Let's hear what Bear Scout Catherine thought about building her Pinewood Derby car with her father.
I'm a bear and I'm 8 years old. The Pinewood Derby was fun because it's cool watching handmade built cars that you get in like a little package and you add the wheels and the weights and you get to decorate it. I painted pink. There was a little horn and it had googly eyes. My dad used a kind of spray paint that was kind of glittery, and I like glitter because it makes it sparkly and special. You put in your car and they put it on this little plate and they place it down the track. Watching my car go down the track was cool and exciting.
Catherine was absolutely amazing. I think she made my day. I know many of you probably recall building your Pinewood Derby car or maybe something else with your mom and dad. While many Scouts like Catherine join for the fun, the lessons, and the memories that families are creating in Scouting, there are many Scouts who will continue to accomplish even more in Scouting and ultimately attain the rank of Eagle Scout. Many of you will remember Eagle Scout Nigel Walker, who spoke at the 2018 Golden Eagle Luncheon. We thought we would catch up with Nigel to see what he is up to these days. Nigel is a teacher for Teach for America, and he shared with us how the tools he gained in Scouting helped shape him into the leader he is today.
When you join Scouts, you get introduced to your Scout masters as well as other Scouts who have been in the organization for a while. It meant a lot to me to not only be surrounded by my friends, but also people that I could look up to. I continue to keep in contact with friends that I met in Scouting, as well as my Scout masters in particular. He's been somebody who not only sculpted my leadership through middle school, but also went on to just counsel me in different decisions I made going through college as well as in my career today. It was that mentorship that called me to a higher capacity to be a leader and make an impact on a community that I grew up in. And I'm super grateful for how enriching that relationship has been, even transcending Scouting, which never would have happened without Scouting in my life.
It is truly incredible to see how scouting impacts young scouts like Catherine and shapes leaders like Nigel. I would now like to welcome on stage with me our Scout Executive CEO, Tracy Tekow, who leads our great scouting organization here in Metro Atlanta. 2020 has been a difficult year for many, but even during these challenging times, we have a lot to be grateful for. As a business leader and an Atlantan, I would like to personally thank you and the Atlanta Area Council for not rescinding during these trying times, but for instead forging ahead and pivoting to ensure that our families could continue to have scouting. We could not have afforded to stop and risk having fewer children equipped with the skills to lead us in the future. Tracy, please share with our guests how scouting has continued with great strength and vigor during these unique times.
Thank you, Rodney. We are so appreciative of your leadership and of Chick-fil-A's continued investment in scouting. Scouts have always led the way. We are prepared, we help other people, we are good citizens. And times like this is exactly why we need scouting. Throughout this year, we've witnessed thousands of scouts working within quarantine to continue their learning and, importantly, serving others. This year, scouts from across Metro Atlanta organized food and school supply drives when they saw families in need, and they made masks for healthcare workers, and they helped their own families be prepared, and they continued to work on their scouting activities just as always, and scouting has never stopped and continued strong for over 100 years. Our staff team and volunteers continue to serve our scouts as we pivot within the barriers of social distancing. We launched a brand new program called Scouting on Demand, which brings families the opportunity to experience scouting that fits within their schedule. This program combines fun, it's innovative, and it provides simple instructions to empower families to continue to experience scouting together. We've built instructional videos, virtual programming, subscription box content mailed to homes, and so much more. We're also dedicated to continuing our Scout Reach program with great strength. Scout Reach eliminates the barriers that might keep a scout from joining, such as their financial circumstances, or perhaps because their parent is not able to volunteer to help. Due to the generosity of donors, we've been able to provide scouting adventure boxes to be delivered to families participating in the Scout Reach family. These adventure boxes are delivered to the homes of scouts at no charge, and the scouts use these scouting adventure boxes as they continue meeting virtually or in small groups and as they continue to attend our camps. Now I'd like to share a message with you from our good friend of scouting, John Dwyer. John is the president of AT&T Prepaid Portfolio and is a member of our board of directors. John's son is an Atlanta Area Council Eagle Scout, and John will share with us why he feels that giving to scouting is an investment in our future.
I've been involved in scouting for a very long time. I actually, as a kid, was a Weeblo. I am the father of an Eagle Scout. I just think that scouting is one of those great experiences, and I think it's just an investment in our future. And I think the scouts are really, really uniquely positioned to go out and develop these leadership skills in a way that no other organization is. When they go off to the camps in the summer, they get an opportunity to meet kids from all over the state, from lots of different backgrounds, and they get to learn from them and understand the benefits of what diversity means in our society. This idea of making scouting something that's not just available to those kids and parents who can afford to send their kids to camp and pay the fees, I think benefits all of us. I just feel incredibly convicted that we need to keep this momentum going, and we have got to keep scouting healthy and strong and growing in the Atlanta community.
Thank you, John, for sharing your thoughts with us today. And thank you to all of our volunteers and Scout parents. Thank you for keeping our programs going strong in 2020. And to our donors and guests, thank you for your investment in scouting today that will help us continue with great strength into 2021 and beyond. Remember, there are 3 ways to give. You can visit atlantabsa.org/GE, or you can text the letters FOS to 844-615-4269, or you can mail your contribution directly to the Atlanta Area Council. You can simply make your donation today or simply fill out a pledge card and fulfill it at your convenience in 2021. I would like to also thank our top sponsors. Thank you to our title sponsor, Chick-fil-A. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Genuine Parts Company. To our Pace Better sponsors, Cricket Wireless, and Graphic Packaging International, Print Pack, Southern Company Gas, Golden State Foods Foundation, Georgia Pacific, and of course, the Coca-Cola Company. And you can view our luncheon sponsors on screen. This program just keeps getting better, and I would like to welcome the Atlanta Area Council Volunteer Board President, Mike Doss, to introduce our Eagle Scout speaker. Mike is an Eagle Scout and is the President and Chief Executive Officer of Graphic Packaging Holding Company. Mike, please take it away.
Thank you, Tracy. My name is Mike Doss, and I'm proud to serve as President of the Board of Directors of the Atlanta Area Council. As a product of this program, I would like to extend my greetings and gratitude to the many donors, volunteer leaders, and Scout parents that have joined us today. Today, I have the honor of introducing our Eagle Scout speaker, Christian Flournoy. Christian is a sophomore at the Westminster School and an Eagle Scout in Troop 197. He's a member of the Student Advisory Committee and is a member of both the varsity football and track teams. Christian and his debate partner recently completed and won Harvard International's debate competition, and he became the youngest African-American male to do so. Christian became interested in debate when working on his public speaking merit badge during his Eagle Scout journey, which he says helped him find his voice. He hopes to use his skills to advocate for the unheard in his community. Upon graduation, Christian plans to pursue medicine as a career choice and would like to work in underserved communities, living up to the Scout oath of doing his best to God, his country, and obeying the Scout law by helping others. Please welcome Eagle Scout Christian Flournoy.
It is truly an honor and a privilege to be speaking with you all this afternoon. While I wish we could be at the Galleria together, I understand the need to be before you virtually today. With the global pandemic and thousands of people who have been infected or have passed away from the virus, it is understandable to be taking these precautions. My thoughts and my prayers go out to those who have been affected by this deadly virus. I am grateful to have the opportunity to share my story and the impact that Scouting has had on my life. Many of you have heard the phrase, "It takes a village to raise a child." Well, it takes a village to become an Eagle Scout. My Scouting journey could not have been possible if it were not for the people who supported me along the way. Being a Scout has provided me with the opportunity to cultivate leadership skills, fine-tune organizational skills, and introduce me to public speaking, which led to debating and ultimately led me to winning Harvard's International Debate Tournament. I started my Scouting journey in first grade as a Tiger Cub at the Westminster Schools in Troop 197. To be honest, it was just a way for me to hang out with my friends and do cool things, like James Rosenblatt, who still to this day is a great friend of mine. I left Scouting for a short period of time, but quickly returned when I realized how much I missed my Scouting friends. The friendships that I made from playing Gaga Ball at Camp Woodruff or earning my Adulatory Day Religious Medal at Christ the King with Miss Marcinko helped shape me as a Scout. Each person becoming a part of my village of support. One of the most important parts of my Scouting journey was earning merit badges, and not just because they are necessary to obtain Eagle, but because each merit badge gave me opportunities to learn, spaces to instill confidence, and skills to cultivate leadership and collaboration amongst other Scouts. Each merit badge that I earned always found a way to weave its skills into my life. Many of these merit badges were funded by generous donations from many of you attending this luncheon, and for that, I say thank you. And as for the most impactful, it was public speaking. The skills that I learned from that merit badge are ones that I use every single day and ultimately led me to winning the Harvard International Debate Competition. Little did I know that when taking the merit badge, it would serve as a catalyst for debating. Taking that merit badge and performing each of the requirements instilled in me confidence and perseverance. I was able to use those skills in my troop as a chaplain's aide by giving a prayer at the end of each meeting and as SPL at Camp Woodruff. The public speaking merit badge served as an overview for debate, which led me to joining my middle school debate team. My coach, Ms. Orsini, another member of my village, saw my love for debate and recommended me for the Harvard Diversity Project. After a rigorous interview process, I was accepted into the class of 2020. This program, led by Mr. Fleming, another member of my village, taught us academic debate for 10 months each Saturday. The program required us to stretch, and it was extremely intense, but I knew that I could do it because I was an Eagle Scout. The training concluded with the opportunity to participate in a 2-week summer residency at Harvard University, and ultimately to participate in Harvard's international debate competition. A spot on the team was not guaranteed, but again, I knew I was prepared because I was an Eagle Scout. Unfortunately, the competition was held virtually this past summer because of COVID, which added another dimension to competing. But as I did in my scouting journey, I persevered. My partner and I competed vigorously in the tournament against some of the best teams around the world. We won the tournament with a unanimous 5-0 decision from the judges, with me becoming the youngest Black male to ever do so. All of this was made possible because scouting introduced me to a new skill and helped me uncover a new talent. And I am grateful for each member of my village who supported me along the way, because it has made me a better person and a better scout. I am particularly grateful for the love and support of my parents, my dad, who has always taught me that preparation plus opportunity equals success, and my mom, who has always been my biggest cheerleader, and it reminds me of the power of scripture and prayer. My favorite scripture when going through obstacles and barriers is, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." My village extends to Troop 197 leadership, especially Mr. Eidson, who I am incredibly appreciative of, especially of his patience when he was guiding me through my Eagle Scout project by building my Gaga pit. I would also like to thank Mr. Bates. I met Mr. Bates at Camp Woodruff during the Road to Eagle class, and I will be forever grateful for him supporting me and not giving up on me during my Eagle journey. I want to thank each and every one of you, whether you're a part of my village or part of another Scouts village, for your time and support for young Scouts like me, because it truly does take a village to become an Eagle Scout. Thank you.
Christian said it well. Scouting helps young people discover new interests and build new skills. It takes a village to raise children, and scouting is a part of that village, and that is why we are here today. Friends of Scouting provides a unique values-based leadership program to our families in our community. Like John Dwyer said, giving to Scouting is a way for us to personally invest into the future. So let's see how much money we can raise for Scouting right now. Now, don't forget, we're still watching your donations come in, and there will be one lucky winner of Chick-fil-A for a year. That's right, Chick-fil-A every week, 52 weeks. So get those pledges in now, and the winner will be announced at the end of our program. Did you know that your Friends of Scouting contribution stays right here in Metro Atlanta? And it's used for program development, volunteer training, 3 beautiful camps, and to support Scout Reach, among many other things. Today's luncheon is called the Golden Eagle Lunch-In to highlight the Golden Eagle Donor Society. Members of the society give $1,000 or more to the annual Friends of Scouting campaign. Now, many of you are already Golden Eagle donors. In fact, we have over 1,120 Golden Eagles in the Atlanta Area Council. And thank you to them and all the Golden Eagles with us today. But let's try to get that number up even higher. Join. Do that right now. And no matter what level of support you can give at, it's meaningful and it's needed. I would like to introduce you to the 2021 Friends of Scouting Chair, Chris Waits. Chris is an Eagle Scout and is the Merchandising Vice President Paint at the Home Depot. Chris is going to share some more information about the importance of giving to Friends of Scouting. Chris, take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Waits, Merchandising Vice President at the Home Depot, board member of the Atlanta Area Council, and an Eagle Scout. Scouting made a huge difference in my life, and I'm proud to be a part of it today. Without our volunteers and donors, though, Scouting would not be possible. As your Friends of Scouting chair, I ask that you reflect on why scouting is important to you, to your child, and to your community. Each of us are faced with important choices every day. We as members of this community and our country have the obligation to make choices that will help build our youth and empower them to make good, ethical choices that will in turn make our world a better place. We must empower them to lead, and that's what scouting does. But scouting cannot happen without the generosity of donors. Friends of Scouting makes up half of the funds used to serve our youth right here in Metro Atlanta. Many of our other funding sources have been significantly reduced due to the pandemic, but Friends of Scouting is where you and I can help. I know many of us have been personally affected by the pandemic. If you do have the ability, please give. You and I together can make sure that the Atlanta Area Council continues to have Pinewood Derbies for scouts like Catherine and can continue to produce Eagle Scouts like Nigel to lead our country. We cannot afford to serve less children or to not provide a strong scouting program to those that depend on us, or to build less leaders for the future. We have many strengths. We have a high-performing team with over 8,000 volunteers, staff, board of directors, and they're all committed and they're all resilient. Our program is meaningful and impactful. Where else will our children learn to help other people, to lead, and to be prepared? We have scouts, young people that are strong and eager to learn, eager to help, and eager to lead. We have incredibly generous supporters, such as yourselves, that continue to stand by scouting and see the much needed value we bring to this community. So my ask to you is please give now and give wholeheartedly. Remember, there are 3 ways to give, and you can give either make a donation today or put a pledge on file to fulfill in 2021. Visit atlantabsa.org/give, text FOS to 844-615-4629, or mail your contribution to the Atlanta Area Council. If you've been to our Golden Eagle Luncheon in the past, this is where that awkward pause comes, where your table host passes out your personalized pledge card. This year, table host invited you to join the call today, so please think of them when making your commitment. And think of all the thousands of scouts you'll be helping to serve in 2021. So open up another window on your computer and visit atlantabsa.org/give, or text FOS to 844-615-4629, and enjoy this video as you make your investment in scouting today.
I was probably 6 years old whenever I first joined Scouts.
I joined Scouts in 1st grade.
I'm 9. I am a Weebelo.
I'm a bear and I'm 8 years old.
Scouting is such a great experience for a kid because it's one of those times when a kid can be a kid.
My favorite thing about Scouting is getting to be with my friends.
The reason why I joined Scouting was to make friends at first, and then I stayed in Scouting to help me make myself a better person.
I saw that it would be a lot of fun to be with my friends on campouts and go bike riding and learning how to chop wood and make knots. But it became a lot more than that as I developed a sense of self-regard that I knew that I would be a great leader one day.
Scouting is one of those things that really helps kids learn certain areas of leadership, of maturity, of responsibility.
But it's also an opportunity for each of our scouts to be kind to one another and to support and uplift each other.
A scout is trustworthy. A scout is kind. A scout is obedient.
I'm kind.
I know you are. And we try to take those parts of the scout law and remind ourselves that these are the values we want to embody.
I mean, I like it. It's fun.
That's good. And it's fun, and that's kind of intentionally is teaching him great values. Intentionally also, he's having fun along the way.
We want to make sure that everybody is having fun, because for me, if a scout is having fun, they are going to stay in.
I decided to join because my brother was in it and I thought we could do something together.
It is the glue that makes our family stick together.
It's definitely a family adventure for us.
I knew that it takes individuals stepping forward and volunteering.
My dad's my den leader.
This is an excellent time for parents to be involved with their children in scouting.
And that's what makes scouting so special, that it goes from generation to generation.
Scouting is always about being prepared. And right now, being prepared means learning how to change, how to keep up, and maybe how to innovate in ways that keep us relevant and keep our service relevant.
Moving forward, wherever you go, you know that you have already established yourself as a scout, and you know that you have these core tenets that it's going to make you a standout leader wherever you go.
I support scouting.
I support scouting.
I support scouting.
Let us all support scouting. We are all here to celebrate scouting and to make an impact, and you joining us right now can do that. So please continue to watch with us as we will be announcing our total race at the end of the program. And if you haven't made your pledge, this is it. This is the time. So please do this. Remember, it's as easy as visiting atlantabsa.org/GE, atlantabsa.org/GE, or text FOS to 844-615-4269. That's the correct number, 844-615-4269. And I see all these great donations coming in. There's 1,000 that just came in. There's a 500. There's a bunch of 100s. There's a couple of 250s. But remember, every little bit helps. And Rodney, I've got my Coca-Cola. It is ice cold. I just popped the top. I'm going to enjoy this while you introduce our guest to our wonderful keynote speaker.
I love it. Well, Dean, thank you. Nothing goes better with Chick-fil-A than Coca-Cola. And so it is my pleasure to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Jim Deakins. Jim is the Senior Vice President of the Coca-Cola Company. Previously, he served as President of Coca-Cola North America. Prior to that, Deakins was President of the Minute Maid Business Unit and Chief Retail Sales Officer for Coca-Cola North America. Deakins is a member of the Board of Directors of bottler Coca-Cola FEMSA. He serves on the board for the American Beverage Association, Grocery Manufacturers Association, the Food Marketing Institute Foundation, the University of Georgia Foundation, Go Dogs, Morehouse College, and the Boys and Girls Club of America. Deakins holds an MBA from Emory University and a Bachelor of Business Administration degree from the University of Georgia. Thank you for joining us, Jim.
Thank you, Rodney. It's always great to partner with our friends from Chick-fil-A, and it's quite an honor for me to be with you today for today's Golden Eagle Luncheon. Now, while I did not grow up in Scouts, some of my friends did, and the Boy Scouts of America have long been an organization that, quite frankly, I've admired. The legacy and values instilled through scouting, leadership, preparedness, and a giving spirit are ones that every scout will carry throughout their lives and their careers. And I commend each of you for actively supporting scouting, and thank you for all that you do for the Atlanta Area Council. You know, 2020 has certainly been a year unlike any other that we've experienced in our lifetimes. It's brought challenges and uncertainty and unrest. It's tested our resilience as individuals, as teams, as leaders, as families, and as neighbors. And when times are tough, I believe that it's our values that ground us. They serve as our guiding light to keep us pressing on while we adapt to the changing world around us. So today I thought I'd share some stories about the values that I was raised on and that I continue to strive to live today, every day. And it's what I'll call the 3 Ps: practicality, persistence, and purpose. So let's start with practicality. This lesson begins with my parents. My mom was a teacher and my dad was a preacher. We lived around Atlanta and my dad moved around a lot for work. One of the most impactful times in my childhood was when my dad took a special assignment in 1967 to be the first executive director of the Potter's House. And the Potter's House, which was and still is run by the Atlanta Mission, is on a 180-acre farm located between Jefferson and Athens, Georgia. And at the time, it was a rehabilitation home for recovering alcoholics as well as elderly men who needed a place to live. And I was 5 years old when we moved there. and I have many great memories from living there. But it's where my parents taught me important lessons about life, including that first P, practicality. Now, being a preacher's kid could be tough sometimes because people looked at you with different expectations. And like most kids, I would often complain to my parents about having to do chores or having to attend Wednesday night church services or things like that. And my parents would ask me one question: how can we ask other people to participate if our own family won't? Pretty practical, right? And I ask myself those questions today. How can I ask my colleagues and my team to do something if I'm not willing to do it myself? Being a leader means being a role model and leading through your actions and not just your words. These are the foundation for strong leadership and what it means to be a scout. The second practical advice my dad gave me was this. He was often at a project and on the roof with a farm, hammering nails, and I remember my mom bringing food to all the people that were working there. And today I can still hear him saying to me, "Son, there are two things you can control in your life: effort and attitude. The rest will take care of itself. And you can only control what you can control," which is a good reminder for all of us, especially this year. Now let's move to the second P, persistence. With that type of upbringing, persistence became a part of my DNA. Moving around a lot, I was always the new kid at school. But that didn't bother me. In fact, it excited me. And I was always focused on preparing for what was next, including my dream of playing college football. But unfortunately, a serious knee injury kept me from that dream. So my path changed, and I became a student at the University of Georgia. When it came time to find a job my senior year, I went to the Career Placement Center, and I saw there were two lists to sign up for interviews, an open list and a closed list. And I asked what the closed list meant, and I was told it contained names of students in very high academic standing that were referenced or referred to companies by the faculty. And I thought, I bet I'm not on that list. And I asked how the open list worked. And it turned out that sign-ups were happening just a few days from then on a first-come, first-served basis at 8 a.m. So you better believe that at 6 a.m. I went to the placement office to make sure I was the first one in line, and I was. And fast forward 4 months later, I had a sales job with Procter & Gamble that would ultimately change my life in several ways. First, I got at the time the best sales training in the world. It also helped me meet my beautiful wife of 31 years, Lynn. And finally, it helped me get into Coca-Cola 4 years later, where I've been for nearly 30 great years. And this brings me to my last P for today, which is purpose. It was just not the iconic hometown brand that drove me to Coca-Cola almost 30 years ago. It was the deeply rooted connection that Coca-Cola has to communities and the positive impact that it has around the world. From the first glass of Coca-Cola served in Jacob's Pharmacy right here in Atlanta in 1886, today our legacy is built on purpose. Our purpose is to refresh the world and make a difference. And we aim to live that purpose through our actions by crafting preferred brands in a sustainable way that creates a better future for all of us. Whether it's tackling the tough challenges of the pandemic or racial equity challenges or sustainability, we don't have all the answers, but we're committed to working with others to find solutions. For the Boy Scouts of America and its purpose for more than 100 years has been to build future leaders by combining educational activities and lifelong values with fun and adventure in the outdoors. Scouting is helping to create a bright, promising future for our communities. And with that, we thank the Atlanta Area Council for all that they do and thank all of you. And we thank you for your support to help the Atlanta Area Council fulfill its purpose. So to recap, the three P's we've talked about today are practicality, persistence, and purpose. These are the values I carry with me as a guiding light in my life. And as an honorary scout today, I'll add a fourth P, preparedness. Because all the things I know about the Boy Scouts of America, the number one trait of a scout is you're always prepared. And after a year like we've had in 2020, I know we'll all be glad to be prepared to move to a fresh start in 2021. So thank you so much for having me at the event this year. It's been an honor for me. I wish you all the best in the future and happy holidays.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for the Coca-Cola Company's leadership in this community and all around the world. And thank you for your personal leadership and commitment to scouting. That was an excellent speech. And we would like to give you a small token of our appreciation. And so we're going to stay socially distant, but I'll make sure that we get this to you.
Thank you.
But this is truly a great representation of what you just talked about. So
Thank you, Rodney. Thank you very much.
In addition, we're excited to announce the winner of Chick-fil-A for once a week for a year. And the winner is, drum roll please, Mr. Charles Pollock. Charles Pollock, I wish we were in person and you could come up here and get it right now, but we look forward to making sure that you're well taken care of over the next 52 weeks. Friends of Scouting, I am pleased to report that due to your generosity, we have raised, again, drum roll, $1,937,000 for scouting right there in Metro Atlanta through our Golden Eagle Lunch-In. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you to all who have contributed your time and contributions to make this a monumental virtual Golden Eagle Lunch-In, ensuring that scouting will continue with great strength in Metro Atlanta in 2021. This concludes our celebration. Happy holidays, and thank you for investing in our future. Be blessed.